Hi, and welcome back to this urban church planting channel. My name is Edward, and I'm so excited that you're here. Today, we're going to share a second must-apply, must-have church planting principle that it's going to be crucial for anything that we do. So stay tuned. Church planting could be one of the most difficult things that we do in our lives. It takes a big toll in our lives. It's difficult, it's hard when we come to the city and we want to plant a banner for God's kingdom. We want to expand God's kingdom. We're literally going to war with the enemy. So it's one of the hardest things that we will ever do. So because it's hard, sometimes we tend to overlook this principle that we're going to share. Aubrey Malfras says, church planting is an exhausting but exciting venture of faith. The planned process of starting and growing a local church based on Jesus' promise to build his church and in obedience to his great commission. And because this is so, we need to apply this great principle of prayer. You thought I was going to say something else, right? Well, no, just prayer. It's as sound and simple as prayer. But prayer is so easy to be overlooked. We can get caught up in a whirlwind of things that we want to do, things that need to be done. But prayer is absolutely crucial. So when we're thinking about church planting, before looking for a building, before recruiting anybody, before thinking of what type of church we want to have or God is calling to, we need to really focus in prayer. We need to be aware of how we're going to pray. When are we going to pray? It is crucial that as we get a team together, we can discuss this. When is the best time for us to pray together? When are we going to commit to pray individually? Think about prayer partners, prayer schedules. Think about prayer conference, maybe prayer calls or prayer retreats. But we can develop a rhythm of prayer. So every step of the way, as we move around all the steps of church planting, all the principles of church planting, we should be submerged in prayer. Because we cannot anticipate what are the attacks, exactly the attacks that the enemy is going to throw at us. We need to be connected to God through prayer. So think about it through. What's your prayer life like? What works for you the best? Maybe you're stuck in a rut and there's a specific thing that you've been using, a specific way that you've been dealing with prayer. Maybe you need to spice things up. Look for different ways where you can engage. One of the things about the cities is the cities are very noisy. Very noisy. Church planting is like that. It's very noisy. There's a lot of things that can distract us. Here, where we hear the cars, the trains passing by all the time. But the same thing happens with church planting. There's so many things that could come your way. So one of the things that we need to use to ground us is just prayer. But look for a way that your devotional life can keep grounded to the source of all life. Because when we're church planting, we're not planting our church. There's nothing that we could do to really plant a church. But Jesus promised that he would build his church. And because it is his church, and because he promised he would build it, then we come to him and we come to the Father in prayer. We ask for strength. We ask for direction. We ask for a vision. We ask for forgiveness. We ask for direction as we move forward in church planting. So it may sound like a very easy, a very obvious step, but this is important. Leaders must know around you, what is your prayer life like? What is their prayer life like? When are we going to get together and pray together? It's super, super important. And once you do pray, you're going to notice that God is going to answer some amazing questions that you brought to him, some requests that you brought to him. So once God answers, remember to celebrate those things that God answered. So when God answers things your way, just make sure that you get together and you celebrate that you're able to give God the glory, that you're able to thank him, not only personally, but also collectively. So that was all for today. We hope that it has been a blessing for you. We hope that you can really spend some time in thinking ways that you're going to engage through prayer. And remember, if you think that this channel is a blessing to your life, make sure to like it, to share it, subscribe. God bless you, and see you soon.